I mean, you almost set the beach on fire.
You want raw emotion? That's it there.
Hi, we're Shelley and Lewis, and in this series we're travelling Scotland's NC500 in my dad's camper van.
In part 1 of this series we travel along the east coast from Inverness to John O'Groats, and in this video we'll be taking on the spectacular north coast.
Good morning. So you join us on quite a cold and windy day at John O'Groats. We're just about to head off to Duncansby Lighthouse and Duncansby Stacks.
We're tired today.
Yeah, we're quite tired today. It's been
I think the last few days have finally caught up with us. So
yeah.
We've been a bit slow getting ready this morning.
Yeah, so
we're planning to just have a chilled, beachy kind of day.
We'll probably head off from Duncansby Stacks up to Dunnet Head before heading then on to Thurso. I think that's how it's pronounced. And then probably finishing the day in, what was the beach called?
Strathy Beach.
Strathy Beach, probably, because there's a car park there where we can potentially free camp again. So hopefully a more chilled day today.
And we need to go to Tesco.
Yeah, and a quick trip to Tesco as well. So
Duncansby Head is the most northeasterly point in the UK. It's also another place we plan to free park for the night, which had been recommended online, but again when we arrived there were strictly no overnight parking signs everywhere, so we moved on.
Just a short walk from Duncansby Lighthouse are the Duncansby Stacks, which are 3 sandstone pyramids which are over 60 metres tall.
yeah, try to fly.
Half an hour drive from Duncansby Lighthouse is Dunnet Head, which is the most northerly point of the UK mainland.
So we've been at Strathy Beach a couple of hours now, and as you can probably tell by the state of our hair, or mine anyway, we've just been asleep, catching up on much needed rest. As believe it or not, it does get quite tiring in the van. Yeah, I think we are going to spend the night here because there is a toilet block and there's a sink.
And it's right by the beach.
Yeah, just overlooking the beach. So I think we're going to go now and have a nice beach walk. So one cool thing about this Strathy Beach is that there was a van here where you can hire out surfboards and wetsuits if you want. So something to bear in mind if you come down here. Some of the beaches here are just out of this world. Lovely golden sand, lovely clear water as well to go with it, so probably could spend the whole day here really. Oof, very cold, very cold. So Shelley's decided to say hello to everyone by writing their names in the sand. I'm not sure that's the easiest way to say hello to people these days, but that's the way she's chosen. Perfect way to end the Sunday. Beers, well, whatever that is, some Cosmo, barbecue, and the sea. Not a bad end, is it, to a day? I did have a bit of a mishap because I didn't take the barbecue out of the box, but you live and you learn. I mean, Shelley's not too happy with me, but she can deal with it. It's 1-1 on mishaps because Shelley's just dropped a a skewer of chicken into the sand, so...
I mean, you almost set the beach on fire.
No, I didn't. It's on perfectly excluded sand. No chance of setting off wildfires. So we've just come back to the van to chill out for the night. We found some neighbours.
Shall we try? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good morning. So we've just woken up at Strathy Beach, about to head off further up the coast, probably stopping off at a few beaches along the way before we eventually probably spend the night at Sango Sands. Probably today we might head over to Smoo Cave as well. Shelley's just writing a little note which then goes on this notice board.
So this is East Strathy car park where we parked up last night, so the van's just over there. And the beach is right here. And there's a graveyard right there, which is a little bit freaky, but we just ignored that. After we left Strathy Beach, it was hard not to stop every few minutes, as around each corner there seemed to be amazing scenery and incredible beaches. Our first stop was Far Beach, which was a quiet, peaceful beach where we stopped to play with a local furry friend.
Not into the sea! Was it very far?
As by now we had had a few days of rain and cold weather, all we wanted was a cup of tea and a cake somewhere warm. So we continued our journey and came across Weaver's Craft Shop and Cafe, which was exactly what we needed.
We've been very good. We've been on holiday for a week and we've not had cake yet.
Does it feel to have your first cup of tea in a long time? After having a much needed cup of tea, we continued our journey and the views just kept getting better and better. We crossed the Carl of Tongue Causeway and stopped to take in the views, and then began one of the most impressive drives along the NC500 route, first stopping off at the Ardnike viewpoint.
Next we stopped off at the spectacular Cannabenia Beach for lunch. After a short beach walk we sat and watched the zip wire, which is a 37-metre cliff jump with speeds up to 40 miles per hour. Although we gave it a miss that day, the website says no booking is required and they are open daily between 10 till 6 weather permitting.
Probably the whitest sand we've seen in this country. It's just beautiful here. About a 5-minute drive from Cannabenia Beach we came across the famous Smoo Cave. It takes about 5 minutes to walk down to the cave from the car park. Smoo Cave is a natural sea and freshwater cave just outside of Duncansby. Upon entering the cave there is a covered wooden pathway and bridge which leads you to an incredible waterfall that falls 25 metres into an 8 metre deep pool. We decided to venture further into the cave and did the Smoo Cave tour, which was a really reasonable price at just £10 per person, and something we both loved and would really recommend. We're going in. You go in a small boat to get up close and personal with the waterfall and get to venture further into the chambers of the cave. Smoo Cave was one of our favourite places we visited and is an impressive site that we would recommend to anybody visiting this beautiful and wild corner of Scotland.
Yeah, this is the end. This is the end for us all. So guys, all these bubble formations, the wall, that's called flowstone.
We then went for a walk around the cliffs surrounding Smoo Cave and admired the views. We then headed to Sango Sands camping site, which was the one campsite that everybody recommended we stayed at, and it's not hard to see why. This campsite had amazing facilities and overlooks the beautiful Sango Bay.
What do you think? Beautiful. He's happy because now she can wash her clothes. All that.
And our laundry,
Oh, and mine as well.
and our laundry bag matches the van.
Yeah.
It's all about details.
Colour coordination. That's what we're about. Hence why Shelley's wearing my coat with her hat. So this is our current state of affairs. We're sitting in the middle of the van with all the blankets on us, whilst our clothes dry out here. Shelley's not very happy because she's not cold and not tucked up in bed by now, so it's not always fun. Although she's smiling now, but she wasn't 10 seconds ago. Good morning. So we're just at Sango Sands campsite, having our morning tea overlooking the waves crashing onto the rocks and onto the beach. So it's quite peaceful.
Really nice morning today. It's not cold at all.
Yeah, it's just
Makes a
started
change.
to rain though, which is a bit unfortunate. But as it's Scotland, you can never expect what's around the corner weather-wise. So today the plan is just to head sort of southwest down the coast, pretty much. Probably stop off at a few beaches and waterfalls along the way.
Maybe find a free camping spot again tonight.
Yeah, probably another free camping spot because a lot of these places along the way are quite remote, so there should be plenty of places to stop off at. But yeah, that's about it.
So in the last clip you might have realised that I was staring at Lewis's ears the whole time, and that's because I realised he has all these blisters down the back of his ear. He's been moaning that his ears are sore the last few days.
I mean, I think it's just the Scottish wind and rain and well, it's not been much rain, but yeah.
He's officially got windburn.
I think it's just windburn, but we'll see. This feels like the first campsite that we're a bit sad to leave, to be honest. The view from it is just insane. So we've just walked round to Balnakill Beach, which is just like a 5-minute drive from Sango Sands, just through the town of Duncansby. So yeah, it's literally stunning here. The waves just scared Shelley to death. After spending the last 12 hours trying to dry all her clothes, she nearly just wet all these ones as well, so she wouldn't be too happy. So Shelley sent me on a mission to find some Highland cows in the sand dunes. I haven't found any Highland cows yet, but I've found these huge burrows, which I'm not sure. Well, I think that's probably bigger than a rabbit-sized one, but I'm not sure what would go in there. Maybe a badger? Don't know. We're just reading on the notice board for this churchyard that there's actually the auntie of John Lennon here, and we're just trying to find where she is. Without any luck of finding Highland cows or John Lennon's auntie, we carried on. If you can't tell already, the views on this north coast is just insane. After a short detour, we found Old Shawmore Beach. Didn't stay there very long as it was quite cold and we were quite tired on that day.
We parked up at Assynt Viewpoint for the night, which is just before the Kylescu Bridge, and it was probably one of the most spectacular park-ups that we found.
Behind the viewpoint we found a path and decided to go explore.
So there's a red disc at the back, but we assume that surely the red disc should go on the front if the sign says that, but oh well.
Although feeling a little apprehensive, we decided to continue our walk around the beautiful forests and lochs. This was one of those walks where every corner you turn became more incredible and we just wanted to keep on going.
Just spotted some deer just next to the loch, which we were half expecting or hoping that we'd see some deer. Lily's that happy she's even shedding a tear. I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure I've ever seen her do this before. If you want raw emotion, that's it there. Yeah, we've just spotted some more as well. Apologies for the non-zoom lens. Okay, we've spotted another herd of them. Well, I'm sure it's called a herd, but there's so many. They're all just bolted. Oh, I feel bad now. Yeah, we've done really well for spotting wildlife on this trip so far. Dolphins, seals, what else? A few Highland cows, not too many.
Not as many as I thought there'd be.
Yeah, and then hit the jackpot with a few deers as well. So.
And a caterpillar.
Oh yeah, and just saw a tiny little caterpillar as well, which gets Shelley very excited. So just as we were heading back to the van, we spotted another one. Just incredible.
And that marks the end of part 2 of our NC500 adventure. Coming up in part 3 we chased plenty more waterfalls and I scream out in pain several times.
Pain.
If you enjoy this video, please let us know by subscribing, dropping us a like and a comment, and we'll see you in the next video.